Let me say this before the story even starts. I don't believe in loyalty tests, especially after 3 years. Because if you feel the need to test someone you plan to marry, either you already know the truth or you're about to learn it the hard way. This is a story about a man who was ready to propose, and one night that exposed everything. This isn't my story. This is a story someone told me about what happened to his homie. And it's one of the wildest betrayals I've ever heard. So, boom, this dude had a friend who had been with his girl for 3 years. They lived together, talked marriage, ring already bought right before proposing. The friend decided to do something questionable. He wanted to test her loyalty. So he told her he had to work late, but instead, he had his friends and his younger brother take her to a party. The narrator of the story was one of those friends, and from the jump, he told his friend he didn't like the idea. Testing loyalty after 3 years made no sense to him. But the friend was determined. The narrator picked the girl up in the car. It was him, her, and three other dudes. He made one thing clear. He always treated his friends' girlfriends like homegirls. Flirting with them felt weird. And personally, I think that's morally best and good. That's just not how he moved. Then they picked up the younger brother, fresh out of prison, who had never met the girl before. Right there, the narrator already felt something was off. Why are you comfortable hopping in a car full of your man's friends when your man isn't even there? That was the first red flag. When they got to the function, the narrator didn't babysit her, he let her do her thing. But he kept an eye out. At some point, the brother bought her a drink. He brushed it off as a friendly gesture. Then he noticed something small but important. She put her hand on the brother's shoulder. The narrator clocked it immediately because she had never touched any of them like that before. About 30 minutes later, he saw them dancing. Nothing crazy, no hands where they shouldn't be, but he mentally logged it. Another 30 minutes went by. The narrator was dancing with another girl but positioned himself so he could still see what was going on there. Then the DJ played Back That Ass Up. Everything changed. The girl turned around, hiked her skirt up a little, and started dancing on the brother. Not joking, not accidentally deliberate. That's when the narrator knew this wasn't going anywhere good. He immediately called his homie and said where he was. The friend said he was stuck in traffic. The narrator joked, but not really. Yeah, it might be two sad families tonight. Then he told him straight up, your girl and your brother are dancing to back that ass up. He even put the phone on speaker so his friend could hear the music. The friend asked him to do something, and the narrator reminded him, I'm only here to observe and report. While they were talking, the girl and the brother disappeared. Poof! The narrator grabbed a female friend and asked her to check the bathroom. She looked at him and said, so you want to know if your friend's girl and his brother are in there? She checked both bathrooms, came back, and didn't even need words. Her face said everything. They were in the bathroom. 5 minutes later, the friend pulled up somehow. He walked in and immediately asked, where's my girl? The narrator pointed upstairs. Something snapped in him, normally quiet, normally calm this time. Straight demon mode. He ran upstairs. The narrator followed, trying to calm him down, but the friend turned around and said, don't say another word to me. As they reached the upstairs bathroom, the girl and the brother walked out of a stall together. The narrator said her face looked like she knew what she was done, and his homie's face was nothing but rage. Before anyone could speak, she said, baby, it's not what it looks like. Then came the lie. I was throwing up. He was holding my hair. That was the moment everything exploded. The homie pushed right past her and attacked his brother. Mind you, he was smaller, but betrayal gives you the strength you don't normally have. He grabbed his brother, slammed him into the wall, and started swinging. The brother tried to explain and got slapped again. The girl started screaming. The narrator yelled at her to stop acting like a victim because this was because of her. She ran. The fight kept going, headlocks, slams, pure rage. Everything got out of hand. The narrator pulled his friend off. Security was on the way and they had to leave. On the way out, they saw the girl pointing security toward them. That said everything. Back at the friend's place, he collapsed and said, "Do what you gotta do." So the friends did exactly that. Contractor bags, everything she owned gone. Locks changed. She was officially out. The next morning, the friend was calm too, calm cooking breakfast like nothing happened. Then he casually said he called her mom and emailed her job, said he wanted to mess her life up. That's when everyone knew he wasn't done yet. He made one last call to his cousin Ashley. And if you know Ashley, you know she's different. She showed up ready. Later, they had a key in the door. The girl walked in, clueless. Ashley smiled and said, "Hey, heard you've been busy." The girl tried to play dumb. Ashley wasn't having it. The girl ran down 4 flights of stairs. Ashley chased her, former track runner, caught her easily and pinned her against the door. And that's where the story ends. Not with forgiveness, not with peace, but with this lesson: if you test someone's loyalty, be prepared for the truth. Because sometimes the truth doesn't just break hearts, it destroys everything. So now that you know the whole story, let me ask y'all this. Who's more wrong here? The girlfriend, the brother, or the dude for testing her loyalty in the first place? Do you think the fight was justified, or did he take it way too far? And be honest, if that was your brother, would you ever forgive him? One more thing. Do you think the loyalty test saved him from a bad marriage? Or did it create a situation that didn't need to happen? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm reading all of them. And if you're rocking with the content, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. More real and interesting stories coming soon.